105-year history. The Cornhuskers were number one. They hope Stander will be number one. He goes right after Frazier, but he's missing punches. Joe setting him up in close with lefts and rights, a wicked left, and that's the first time Stander has literally been hurt. George, he's slowed to a walk with that left.
That really stunned him. He's in big trouble right now. He's bleeding very badly.
He's in deep trouble as Frazier works on the body. Stander desperately trying to catch Joe, and now the nose has been cut, and there's a severe cut on the bridge of the nose of Stander, and the claret begins to flow. Many of the experts wrong already. We're in round 3. A lot of them didn't think it would go past number 1. But the champion of the world, unbeaten, 24 knockouts, Frazier coming on. Left to the ear, left to the nose, and there's blood spattered all over Stander's face now. Frazier can't miss with that short left in close and the jolting right hand. And George, he has a good right, too. You hear about the left, but he's got a straight right that packs power.
That's right, he has. What Frazier's doing is also setting his man up very nicely with the jab. He's using his jab a lot more tonight than I've ever seen him use it before.
Stander literally fighting to stay on his feet now as Frazier hit him with a left and a right. The blood pouring from his nose and his eye, and the champion of the world has him set up now. Stander, you've got to give him credit for his courage, his stick-to-itiveness, and he's hanging in there. There he is throwing a wild right hand, but it's Frazier landing the dynamite now. That left uppercut straightens Stander's face up again. He has won 23 of 25 fights, but never has he been in there with anybody who can hit like Frazier and who keeps hitting you. And there's Stander fighting back. 1 minute to go, round 3. Frazier with a vicious uppercut right over our TBS microphone. On this great night of sports, 4 hours of prime time, bringing you Super Night on television. And Frazier now has Stander in bad shape. And yet Stander lashes back with the right hand. Every time, George, it looks like Stander has about had it. He lashes back with that right again.
That's right. He's a tough boy. He's very determined. He knows what he has at stake here tonight, and he's not going to quit. He's going to keep fighting.
He is guts personified, and he's showing it in there tonight. 25 seconds left, round 3. And it's Stander with a left to the head, a right to the body, and a right to the chin. But it's Frazier's left and right doing the damage. Frazier is in there with a wild man. They call him the Bluffs Butcher, and you can see why. And there's a left, and Stander staggered. The closest to a knockdown we've had. Time running out. 5 seconds left in the round. Inspected the cut and says it was not serious. And look at Stander lash back at Joe Frazier. He's fighting to hang on now. And it's a left and a right uppercut by Frazier in the corner. Stander with the crowd behind him, but Frazier doing the dynamite, George.
That's right. It looks like Stander's going for broke right now. I know he's in big trouble. He's got to go for broke in this round before.
You can't sell Ron Stander short. With all the odds against him and the fight going against him, look at him fight back. Unlike Terry Daniels, this fella has not been down. We're in round 4. And Frazier is getting hit.
That's right. He's throwing more than one punch now. Stander before was throwing one punch at a time and missing, whereas now he's throwing in clusters of 3 and 4.
He was very close to going down at the end of the 3rd round, but he's coming back now and giving Frazier all the fight Joe wants. The king from Philadelphia, who was in a slaughterhouse before he became a fighter, might very well be in one here with this kid from Council Bluffs, Iowa. The right eye of Stander almost closed from that left. And a cut over the eyebrow, but look at this kid battle. A tremendous battle for the heavyweight title, with all the odds favoring the champion. And look at Stander hanging in and landing punches. Frazier seems to be biding his time, George.
That's right. I think he's trying to get the other boy to punch himself out a little bit.
Of course, every time Joe comes in with that left uppercut or that left hook, Stander shudders, and he's getting hit now. There he landed a right on Joe Frazier and answers with a left. Head to head, eyeball to eyeball. That's the kind of a fight it is. The hands drop for a moment, as you see. But Frazier with that.
I'm sorry, I think he's having a problem with his vision, Les. I think the ferret is getting into his eyes.
The cut is over the right eyebrow. 1 minute left. We're in round number 4. Neither man has been down. But it's a sheet of claret down the nose of Stander, and there's those lefts, a series. He turns his back. Frazier looking for the opening now. Stander hanging on for the moment, gets hit with a right, but keeps punching. Frazier with an uppercut. Frazier landing in close. Viciously, you see Stander holding, and that's the first time tonight.
That's right. He's having a little problem with his vision also. He's having problems getting his punches off. He can't even really see where he's throwing them.
Looks like the wild bull of the Pampas there, because I don't think he sees Joe too well. And the claret continues to flow, a sheet of blood on his face. And there's the left by Frazier and the uppercut. But Stander keeps throwing. 14 seconds left, round 4, and Stander has not been down. Frazier cutting him up methodically, in close, just cutting him to ribbons now. Joe Frazier, still heavyweight champion of the world. The doctor stops the fight at the end of round number 4. We're now in the ring, and we'll talk to the fighters, George, and to referee Zach Clayton. It is a knockout at the end of the 4th round. It has not been officially announced yet, but the doctor looked at his eyes and called the fight off because of the cuts. George, we could see that his face was badly cut.
Badly battered, all the blood flowing in his eyes. You couldn't see it. He didn't know where he was. He was hurt for days, and especially when he they really did right to stop the fight.
Well, we saw the referee ask Zach Clayton. Zach Clayton asked the doctor to please go over and do something about his eyes. He took one look, signaled, and this fight has not been officially announced. The announcement has not been made yet. And as soon as it is, George and I will talk to Joe Frazier and to Ron Stander. 4 rounds, and they were bitter and rough. Here's the announcement.
Dr. Jack Lewis has not allowed Ron Stander to come out for the 5th round. The winner by a technical knockout after the 4th round, and still heavyweight champion of the world, Joe Frazier.
Here he is, the heavyweight champion of the world, Joe Frazier, successfully defending his title. Joe, this fella did what he said he would do. He kept coming at you all the way.
That's right. He didn't slack it at all. And therefore, around the second rounds, then I could figure out something else. Instead of moving in fast, I'm going to try to work his punches short and fast. But therefore, the best thing for me to move. That's why they keep asking me why I use the fast fella. This is why I use the fast fella. In case I run into trouble, I know how to move.
Joe, it looked in the 4th round like you were making every effort to set him up. That you felt you had him, you were letting him punch himself out.
Well, I was. Otherwise, I want to move and get clear shots because he take body shots really well. Otherwise, he can return it too.
He's got a lot of guts, and he certainly kept coming all the way.
He's punched. He didn't back up once.
Did he ever hurt you in the 1st round when it looked like?
The first rounds, I felt him. Otherwise, he didn't shook me, but I felt him, and I took a step back. I was off balance a little.
Well, George Chuvalo said that you did, and George, we're going to bring you over now, Joe, to watch the final round and have you describe what you were doing. Well, it shows again that Joe is a devastating puncher inside, and he showed it tonight.
That is true. I mean, I don't like to see any guy standing in front of him like that because he's a murder puncher. And Joe doing it. So notice that's how he's moving there. That's something he's doing. He did that on his own. That got him
bobbing,
very
weaving.
Nice. Right, moving very nicely.
Joe, one final word to your fight fans all over the world tonight. You said before the fight that you might have something to say about your future or some announcement. Could you give us any indication now on TV what it is?
I got it right now. I'm planning on taking the title in myself down south, and we're going to stay there until, let's say, the promoter or somebody come up with the right amount of money where I could challenge this young man. They call it cash is clay, just like I say, cash is clay. Otherwise, I'm tired of a bunch of hassle and just going out of this guy. The fighting game is a championship, and I think we all should keep it around, let's say, fighting. And I'm going down there, and I'm going to build me a gym down there, and I'm planning on stay there. Anybody come up with the $3.5 million, I'll fight anybody in the top 10. But right now, I'm going to rest a little while with the title, me and the title. Thank you.
Good luck to you, Joe Frazier, the heavyweight champion of the world, and he is ready to fight Clay or anyone down there. Now George Chuvalo is here with us. Yank, again, congratulations.
Last, I want to say hello to my family, Mark, Nancy, and Yankee Boy and Chandler. They're home. We're looking.
About sickle cell anemia.
Yes, I have a son that is a victim of this sickle cell anemia. If anyone have any donation to send it to Central Penn National Bank, the Yank Durham Jr. Foundation, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Fine, Yank Durham. Thank you very much. Congratulations. George, nobody knows more about what it takes to get in the ring and fight the heavyweight champion of the world. This young man, Ron Stander of Council Bluffs, Iowa, tonight, has made friends not only in Nebraska and Iowa, but all over the world for guts personified. Ron, congratulations. You really deserve the honors.
Thanks a lot. I just tried my best, and he didn't hurt me too much, you know, but it just cut me up, and but he could crack, you know what I mean? He laced me up a little bit, and I just tried my best. He's the greatest, and I'll say it right now, and Clay don't have a chance against him. If they ever fight again, I'll tell you that right now.
There it is from Ron Stander.